Who can it be? Showing up with Tony T, yes, Ramon SEO. To the double T, be funneling these bookies like 1, 2, 3. They tapping out and we cashing out. It's plain to see. The Morris team is the A-team, Mr. T. And I pity the fools who can't hang. Coming with real game, it's sort of a freight train. It's been reported bank rolls are easy to maintain. So get situated and listen to the picks. And it goes along something like this.
All right, and that's my cue to come on the show and get ready for our sports betting day. Good morning, everyone. Happy Father's Day. It's your daddy, Ramon Scott, here in Las Vegas with the morning steam for Sunday, U.S. Open Sunday. I feel bad. I neglected talking U.S. Open yesterday. That was just an oversight because this has been insane this weekend. With the golf action right now. I'm going to talk about it here in just a moment, but we are underway. Euro 2024. We got a match right now in progress. Are you guys involved in this one with the Netherlands taking on Poland? You got Orange going at it. Man, you saw the fans out there in the square. They probably had the Polish fans outnumbered 5-1, maybe more. Can the Netherlands get back to Euro glory? They've had some moments. I remember some great games. They came close a few times getting into some of the late knockout stages in the past. Can the Netherlands do something in this year's Euro tournament? What did you think of yesterday's results? Look, in this one, it's been a case of the haves and have-nots, and maybe I've tried to get on some of these dogs, and the favorites have been really smashing here. Poland's definitely a little bit better of an underdog than some of these others, so I'm going to take them here, plus a goal and a half or so at minus $1.75 here, I think, in the live action, just to get the morning started, have a little something to do. We got a couple games later on as well today, including Slovenia and Denmark, Serbia and England. Maybe we could preview them here as we go along today, but that's kind of the world feature. But guys, here in the United States, it is Father's Day, of course, and that means the U.S. Open. And if you've been watching this weekend, the coverage has sucked because there are some excuses for NBC. Nobody wants to hear excuses, but NBC I spoke to some industry insiders, let's just say some friends that work in the media. And what's kind of happened here at the U.S. Open, there's speculation a little bit, but maybe they have some friends too. NBC is really brought in, they're stretching themselves very, very thin right now here in June, getting ready for the Olympics, a lot of equipment in different parts of the world. There are other events too, right? We know, but with the U.S. Open, one of their best events, they have new equipment, old equipment, you have different people, when you're dealing with it, you have your top talent and everything, but, you do a lot of hiring at events and stuff in those cities to do other jobs. So just hasn't worked out technically for NBC, but fortunately they have the man, Bryson DeChambeau. What a roller coaster this man has been emotionally in his life, with his relationship with the fans, with the other players, with Brooks, whoever, right? But right now, you could put all of it aside. If you're not on Team Bryson, where are you at this point? He is the fan favorite. He's Payne Stewart. He's Phil Mickelson. He is the man out there. He's the most electric man in golf at this point. A lightning rod to a certain extent, but no one plays the game like this, right? And when you're talking about the U.S. Open, the most demanding courses usually in the world. Last year was, you're going to go to some venues, but whatever, you're here at uh, challenging course in North Carolina, and right now Brooks is the only man. I'm sorry, don't say that. Bryson's the only man that can tackle this course like a U.S. Open champion. There is one man in the world right now that can play. It feels like on a U.S. Open style course, and that man is Bryson DeChambeau. Now you can, if you want to get involved, Bryson comes in today with a 3-stroke lead. I think plus $1, minus $1.25. Pardon me. In fact, I see him going up a little bit here in a few books, but look, I don't know. There are worse ways to spend Father's Day with a bet, and I know he's favored here now at $1.25, $1.35, a 3-stroke lead. You got, some other fine golfers out there. Maybe they can make a move here, but man, Bryson with the putter yesterday, whether it's a legal putter or not, you can speculate on the angle of his. The angle of the shaft, so to speak. And, he's got a very unique grip there with that putter, but certainly right now, Bryson DeChambeau. Rory 7-2, Patrick Cantlay 9-1, Ludwig Oberg. What a tournament it's been for him, currently at 16-1. He's starting to fall a little bit here. There are 3 golfers right now, 3 shots back of Bryson, Cantlay, Rory, and also a little bit of an outsider here, but certainly not without a chance, is the Frenchman Pavone. He's at 16-1. Matteo Pavone, he's kind of been there all week as well. So exciting tournament, and could be some excitement. And I would think even if it isn't, right now, Bryson is bringing the excitement. He's got these fans wrapped around his finger right now, and I'm all about it too. I'm hot and cold on Bryson right now. I'm hot, Bryson. You're the man, and can't wait to see him go out there today. Hopefully, doesn't squander it, but we could use some excitement. All right. I want to thank everyone for coming in here to the. Oh, we've got a shocker right now. Goal! Poland is on the board. We've got maybe first shocking goal here of the Euro 24. Poland takes the lead here. They're a 1-goal underdog for sure here against the Netherlands. It doesn't feel like Poland should be that big of an underdog against this team, and they put it in the net here. I might have been. Oh, a lovely headed ball there in between defenders. So terrific action here in Netherlands. Going to have I would think, have their work cut out for them to get even an equalizer here against Poland. We'll keep you updated. Wow. All right, Chad. Let's say hello. Let's get to it and say hello to some folks, and then we'll go over to Tony'sPicks.com, see who did well. What else today? College walk-off. I've called it the College Walk-Off Series. 3 of the 4 games have been decided so far by walk-off homers. The other game last night was basically decided by a home run robbery. 3-2, the final. Texas A&M gets the win over Florida in a battle of SEC teams. We have action today at the College World Series. This is the most exciting. This is the most exciting tournament in the world. Talked about yesterday those 2 unders. Yeah, the wind was blowing in for sure. Now, when they came back from that, for the second game a little bit, it had calmed down a little bit. We saw good pitching as well. That game went well under. We'll keep you posted if any steam comes in today's 2 games in the College World Series. It'll be Virginia taking on FSU. I've got Virginia to win it all, of course, in my future, and I've got North Carolina in my other future, and they're playing Tennessee. Tennessee, a $2 favorite. We'll talk about it here towards the end of the show, but North Carolina and Tennessee today. the other. That's the winner's bracket game late. Virginia, Florida, loser goes home. Winner plays tomorrow against the loser of the second game, North Carolina and Tennessee. Could it be a rematch, Virginia and North Carolina, to see who matches up against the Vols in that bracket? And like I said, my other wager in the College World Series was basically a finals matchup. I didn't take any other futures out of those favorites. Once we got to that point, just rolled with those two that I had, and then took the two chalky bracket favorites, Tennessee and Texas A&M, to face each other in the finals, and played it that way. All right. Let's go over to Tony. No, let's go to some comments. I want to say hello to everyone coming in today. Okay, Blake is here today, and here's Chad. He's rolling in the W today, and Thomas says like and subscribe. Follow us here, the Tony's Picks YouTube channel, the 41,000 subscriber juggernaut. Here today is Jeff. And Katie joins us here as well. Dre is here. Justin here today. These are my, I'd worry if one of them didn't show up. Doubles here today. Great job, Doubles. What did I see with Doubles? Actually, I wanted to say, Doubles is like me. You know, we're not done. Doubles. We can celebrate Father's Day here as a father. One day we'll get it. We'll get it. And Dre, happy Father's Day, everybody. And my dad was 61 when I was born, so hey, I've got time. I'm still like 5 or 6 years away from that. I got time. Might be good to leave the wall of TVs once in a while. All right, let's see who else we got. Elliot's here today as well, and Ray Otachi joining us. And Elliot does like Bryson today. Like I said, $1.25, $1.35, 3-stroke lead. Maybe you don't want to play a favorite. Maybe you're looking down the line at Rory. I don't even know if any of those guys are that well priced. It feels like to me the $1.25 or so might be pretty good. Now the crazy thing is, right, the U.S. Open, the thing about the U.S. Open, right, we know what has cost some of these golfers a little bit, right? The U.S. Open is a game of inches. How many balls did we see roll off that green yesterday? If you just put it past on your putt, if you were coming on that downhill putt, or if you had to chip it out, you were heading down there into the collection area. So, and Bryson, who didn't hit every fairway, that's for sure. Yeah, he's the biggest bomber, but you know what? If I were Bryson, I didn't mind hitting it over there into the U.S. Open style rough fringes, if you will. He was playing it great out of there for the most part. Did have one problem there with that double bogey, but got it one of the strokes back next hole. And I think really what it turns out to, the type of style of course that it is. It's not about DeChambeau. I mean, he's not going to go out there, right, and necessarily win all the nooks and cranny courses, your everyday course. Of course, we know Bryson's a live tour golfer, so they play some. Let's face it, they play some easier courses on the live tour right now. Maybe it's because of the way that they've got to go where they can go at this point. They're going around the world a little more and stuff like that. But in the U.S. Open, where distance, I mean, you saw the slow-mo of Bryson, man. I mean, where distance is key, but you got to have certain things in your game. And well, like I said, it feels like there's one player equipped to play this type of golf at the highest level. There's the golfers are great, but and again, I started piling on, so I don't want to just say it right now. Take it at 125. I was kind of loving what everything was going on. Okay, what else? What else? Anything else before we get over to here's Fernando. He's playing soccer in Japan. He's playing horse race. I don't know what he's doing, but Lego World, hello as well. Chad, happy Father. Great. I love that with the kids today. All right. Andrew Dampf. Great. Mike always treated his dad good. And it did. I lost my dad when I was 16. Like I said, he was 61 when I was born. So, all right. And Lee Anthony talking about great day of college baseball, certainly. Elliot was the one man who backed the policeman at the Kentucky golf course. They are pretty entitled. But I'm not gonna take you up on that one, Elliot. But there were great stories too with these guys. All right, Impala's here as well. Hey, I'm all caught up on the comments already. Hopefully, we get a good crowd in here. Got 50 of you already. So let me go over to Tony'sPicks.com and see who did well yesterday. I know I did well, so I don't want to be all look who's on top because I did go with high volume. It was just 67%, but a much needed could have been better actually. Some of our leads did get away a little bit, but let's go over there and take a look at the website, Tony'sPicks.com. And I'm on top of the handicapper leaderboards today. Again, high volume. I did have a 5-fight MMA card. I went 3-2. I lost that main event. Had the over 2.5, and let's give Tiara some credit with his taking the back, riding the man's back, and then kind of using a little kick and leg buckle basically to ruin them. I don't know. I didn't see what the end result was to the injury in the fight, but it was certainly a caused by the move, and a great victory there for the man from Japan. I'm sure he's going to get an opportunity to headline here soon as the UFC will return or will go to Japan for a card, and I'm sure that man Tiara will be able to headline or at least co-main event there, I would think, with a couple of other Japanese fighters on the roster. So I did have a 3-2 day there, but also a pretty good day. Also, we won both of our WNBA premiums. I had I'm sorry. I had Dallas against Connecticut, and Chad can set me straight on that one actually. But we did have the total with the Liberty game and the Aces to go under. So 1-1 of my premiums. There, yeah, and Chad had it with the Liberty. The man, Asia Wilson, she was very, very upset, and I guess that's kind of what happens in the WNBA. She was crying a little bit about not. She felt like she was letting her team down. The best player in the league, man. Talking about putting yourself to a high standard. Also, we did have the premium pick winner. Let's not maybe bury the lead, the Stanley Cup Finals. We had the total to go over. I whiffed again on game 4, so don't trust me in these closeout games, I guess, at this point. I thought on both nights we'd see these teams that are crushing here in the finals roll again because why aren't these other teams able to compete in the first 3 games and then you show up and win 8-1? That shows me that the Edmonton Oilers have no chance to win the series. Granted, an awesome performance by Edmonton, but if you end up kind of losing games and then you can come through 8-1, we know the emotions that go into play in a 3-0, and that's probably why it ended up like it did with the Celtics game as well when the Mavericks crushed them. I'm not equating the two. It's just ironic that the 2 finals were 3-0, kind of going on the same pace right now with the network back and forth hockey, basketball, get to 3-0, and then here's 4-0, and that road team gets bombed, and maybe it's going to be a gentleman's sweep in both. We did have a premium winner there, and we had lots of premium winners in baseball and MLS, where I went 3-1. I promised an MLS card. I'm not kidding here. I'm going to go where I can in the summer to get victories, and I went 12-6. Saturday, probably won't have 18 plays a day with baseball, but I've already got a 3-pack up, or I've got 3 games so far in the WNBA, all my totals. And also, I'll have baseball here on our day card today as well. So that's what I'm looking at over at Tony'sPicks.com. Let's take a look at all the handicappers. CJ Sturgeon, he's been hot, CJ, so far here on the site and over the last time frame here. We'll show you in just a moment. 7-5 yesterday. I feel pretty good. It looks like it was kind of a bit of a challenge for the crew here. Ben Ruhala, 3-2, but nearly 2 units of profit. You know, if you like dogs, if you want to get the livest dogs, Ben Ruhala is your man. If you want to, and we have a goal. Gold, 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 gold. Leonge. Netherlands has tied this one here. We've got 2 goals in the first 30 minutes of the game, and Netherlands has tied the game up. No review necessary, it looks like, on this one. And it's all orange in the crowd, it feels like here. There's white shirts there too, but it was a deflected, kind of an own goal there. A hard strike, certainly. By Gakpo, but it deflected off the defender, and the goalie was diving the wrong way. So we're tied with the Netherlands and Poland. All right, going back here, let me talk about my cohorts here. Ben Ruhala, 60%. EPA Sports Hoops, 5-3. Probably Samba Murdy, 4-3. Ruben Marlborough, 2-1. Jerry Lewis, 2-1. There's doubles. Scott Schutte, 2-1. Brandon Check, 500 mark, and Stephen Duncan's in the green. Last 7 days at Tony'sPicks.com. It's none other than Ben Ruhala. You see it there. That's what I'm saying. If you guys want some live dogs, this is your man, Ben Ruhala. 5 games over 500 for the last 7 days, but up over 8.25 units. That says Ben is taking dogs when he wins, probably more often than not. All around. Hollywood Sam here, 9-4, good percentage. Joseph Schultz also 11-7. There's our man, Ron Hahn. He's up 3.25 units. There's doubles right there. 3.25 units as well. CJ Sturgeon, Brandon Check, probably Samba Murdy, the 2 old ladies that bet consensus. Ruben Marlborough, Jonathan Solo Malone, and Ron Crawford are all in the green this week. Last 30 days, it's none other than our own Ron Hahn, up 24 units. Over the last 30 days, there's Ben Ruhala, up 6 games over 500, up 14.5 units. So please get with Ben for some underdog selections. Ben hot. Brandon Check, 10.25 units. Hollywood Sam, 8.25 units. CJ Sturgeon, 8 units. Jerry Lewis, nearly 6 units. Daniel Walasachuk, 4.75 units. Danny Dimes, 4.5 units here over the last 30 days. Head on over to Tony'sPicks.com and use the promo code TonyT at checkout. Save 20% off all premium pick packages, including mine here on Sunday. As soon as we get done, I'll put in my hot baseball selections. I'm going to keep it going, but I want to see what you guys have here on the show. Hopefully, you guys bring me some more winners here. I've been riding with the chat. We had some chat winners yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Thomas Lewis. He doesn't remember. He just throws the sheet away after we're done. But I'll start making sure we rehash the winners. And like I said, click on the handicapper of your choice. That way, that's how you click on their handicapper profile page. You can scroll down and get signed up. Use that promo code TonyT at checkout to save 20%. You see all of my good records here, especially what I've been rolling on here this season. You see, last 30 days, I'm up 6 units in the NHL playoffs here of late. And last 7 days, up here 3-1 in soccer, 2-1 in the NBA Finals, 2-1 in the NHL Finals. So pretty good times here. Yesterday, they're 4-2 in Major League Baseball, 3-1. There you see it. All right, and you click on those day passes, and then see my WNBA plays right there, all ready to go with the totals. All right. Thanks for listening to that. We'll start to go back over to any more comments you might have and get ready to get with the show. What else we got? And Elliot said, am I going with North Carolina or am I going with Tennessee? Well, that's a great question, Elliot. I don't know what I'm going with in that game, but Elliot's going with the over. Like I said, on that one, Elliot, I don't know what, like I said, I have North Carolina and Virginia in futures bets that were taken, that I placed several weeks ago. So they are pretty good odds. It'd obviously be an upset if either of those teams were to win the College World Series, Virginia, North Carolina. And then I just played Tennessee to face A&M in the final as a bet. So we'll see today here in this one. But yeah, it does feel like, what we've seen so far, first game's low, second game's high, third game's low type of thing. But these are the best teams. All right. I think we're ready to go with the show and get rolling here. We'll start with, I would guess, with Major League Baseball today with no NBA or NHL to talk about. So let's get right to it. I can actually keep my note page over here and I don't have to watch soccer on. So I figured out, I think we figured out on the air, right? I usually know about these things, but Fubo TV does have exclusive rights to a few, I believe 5 of these Euro games in the group stage. So that was my problem yesterday. I just didn't know. I actually thought they would all be network games or even, at least, Fox Sports 2, I guess, at the worst. But the contract called for a little something different. All right, here we go. National League ball gets started here with the first game up with the Cardinals and the Cubs. We know who doubles is on. All right, Miles Mikolas going here. Been pretty good of late. A 2.37 ERA, a 1-1 record in his last 3 starts. Mikolas has gone under 10 out of 14 games so far this season. He's always been pretty tough against the Cubs. He has a 2.89 ERA in 18 career starts and a 5-4 record. Here, the Cardinals have won 6 of their last 10. They've gone under in 15 of their last 19 games. For Jameson Taillon, 4.37 ERA in his last 4 starts, but 4 no decisions. The Cubs are 4-1 with Taillon on the mound at home this season. Cubs have gone under in 8 straight games right now, and Cubs have come in losing 6 of their last 9 games here overall. Get your comments on this one with the Cards and the Cubs and see what you got, and then I'll make a call. That's how we do it here on the show. Final. And let's see. I want to say hello to Joseph Alvarado here today as well. And Nicholas Handy joining us. Okay. I don't know, Fernando, he might be talking. He might have been talking the college baseball game that we left. It's close to this total. What is this total, by the way? He's showing 11.5 here. And you don't, like I said, you don't need me. You don't need doubles. Well, you do need us, but You don't need us to give you necessarily a weather forecast. All you need to do is look at the total in a Cubs game, usually to know exactly what's going on. And I imagine today, you see here the total currently at 11 over 20 in this one. So you know the wind is blowing out. It's blowing out to left field, straight out to left field, 11 to 13 miles an hour here. There are some showers expected before the game, but should be sunny throughout. And doubles will still go under in this one. Here comes Thomas. He wants the Cubs. Elliott is going under. Blake is going under. Dre is going under. Mike is going over, though, at least here. Mike says, give me the Cards and the over. And already, Thomas says, we're 1-for-1. The Chicago Cubs consensus play. Who was on the Cubs? Let's see. Oh, under. Consensus play under. Yeah, we had one over. It was Mike. And you guys here on the under in this one. All right. Right now, doubles. Doubles? No wonder doubles is not a, I don't want to say it like that, but I saw doubles, kind of talking, I'm not a dad yet. Well, he's busy watching the Weather Girls. If he had and his wife is, if he was married, to be saying, what are you watching the weather for? Okay, here's Cubs and Nerfy here for Public Enemy. Tyone, he's 3 for 10, allowing a run in the first inning this year. Not perfect for sure. And for Nicholas, he's 3 for 14. That's okay, I guess. Luis is on the Cards. Hey, Mike S is here today. And Fernando says, you know what? He still has Nicholas kind of rated better than Tyone. Here, I don't know where I'd put if I had to take a little comparison here between these two. Yeah, Tyone maybe has a little bit more in the tank in his future than Nicholas, but Nicholas with that solid, he's pitched so many times against everybody. Tyone does have a 3.39 ERA in 13 career starts against St. Louis, a 5-1 record for Tyone in his career. So, all right, you guys, the consensus is on the under in this one, huh? Okay. Boy, I always look. I'm contrarian as much as anybody, but man, when that Chicago, once it starts that left field double digit doubles, help me out. I don't know. I even as many as you guys are on this one in the chat, I don't know if I can do it, you guys. Give me the Cubs. I better take the Cubs because maybe I'll hold back on that premium over. You guys like this under a lot. I think over was going to make my call for sure. I don't even know if I can ignore you guys or I respect. Hey, Solo's here. Happy Father's Day to Solo as well. And there's still hope for me yet. Say hello to Renault Brown here today. Solo's got the over. I don't know, Thomas. Thomas called it as a consensus under, and that's fine. There's definitely some support here. Solo and I going to be rolling here. Like I said, I might even be. I'll just say it now. It might be premium. The thing that would hold me back now in making a premium is the chat, the all-star chat. They've been so good with us. So give me the Cubs because I'm a little more worried here. When I see Chicago, when I've got the wind out to left in Chicago. All right, here we go. Next up, we've got the Marlins taking on the Nationals here with a couple of left-handers. Jesus Luzardo taking on Parker here. Parker continuing to be an interesting prospect, it feels like, moving forward here. Hasn't been terrific of late, but I don't know. He kind of looks the part. 4.67 ERA in his last 3 starts. The Nats are 6-5 with Parker on the mound. Does have one start against Miami. 4 innings pitched and gave up 1 run. Miami comes in having lost 12 of their last 16 games. Luzardo, he's kind of got it back under control, looking like Jesus Luzardo a little bit. 3.38 ERA in his last 4 starts. Miami's just 4-7 with Luzardo. They're 11-22 on the road. The Nationals come in hot here. They've won 7 of their last 8 games. We talked about it yesterday, right? And the same thing kept happening here. So I don't know, how you guys want to look at it here. I can only continue to bang on this stat a little bit. And, look, I know trends don't pay the rent, the trends aren't your friend, whatever the case may be. But now Miami's record is 3-22 against left-handed starters here, and we know that Parker's a left-handed starter. So, I don't know if you want to take the Nationals here, but I might be. Handicappers that I saw today, definitely pretty overwhelming so far, about close to 3 out of every 4. It feels like today I'm showing 8 cappers, 8-3 cappers on the Nationals today, and also cappers on the under here in this one. We'll get your comments, and then I'll make a pick here with Miami and Washington. Here is Luis on the Nats, and doubles on the Nats, and Dre's on the Mats, and Blake is on the Nats in the over. Or Dre's on the Nats in the over, and Blake was on the Nats. But Fernando going under first 5. Andrew will lay the run line with the Nats. Here's the Nats for Mike. And Thomas says maybe the Marlins run line. He knows that they're not winning any games, so maybe he can grab a run and a half. But Curtis is on the Nats. And Andrew Damp says Lane Thomas destroys Luzardo. Oh, man. And Jeff Schramm is on the Nats. I think we're going to be hearing from Thomas on this one. It's what it kind of feels like. As there's a lot of Nats support. Mike says they've won 4. I believe this means they're 4-1 this season at home on Sundays. Elliott's on the Nats. Mike says they're turning it up. And Thomas says, what is that money line? Because it is a play. All right. It's $1.20 or so. It might even be a little bit less. Again, that was the crazy thing. It felt like to me about the game are the prices in this series for Washington, throwing these left-handers out there and considering that the Marlins are absolutely dreadful against them. So let me see if I can't get the best price here right now. And mostly about $1.20, between $1.16, $1.22, it looks like for the most part. So, so looks like everybody here rolling with the Nats. And if you guys are going to take the Nats, then I'll probably come in and just take the total here in this one to give us a little variety. That way, if anybody wants to play the total, they can, and I do like the under here in this one with the Marlins and the Nationals. I did see an over in there, with all due respect, but Marlins just aren't going to be doing enough for me, it feels like, in this game. So, all right, Juan says, let's get it. Thank you, Juan, for being here today. Next up, the Tampa Bay Rays are going to take on the Atlanta Braves with Eflin and Waldrep getting another start here for the Braves. It's been one rookie after another, it feels like, for the Atlanta Braves here of late. But I don't know. Feels like it doesn't matter at this point. The way the Braves kind of rolled it again with the big bats yesterday against Pepio and got it done. So let's take a look at this one with these two with Zach Eflin here going for the Rays, and Waldrop allowed 7 runs in 3 2/3 innings in his first major league start. The Braves lost that one, of course, but they've won 3 in a row. Tampa Bay's lost 7 of 9. Eflin, the Rays have won Eflin's last 5 starts coming in, but he has just a 4.6 ERA in his last 3 starts. For the Braves, they come in 21-12 currently at home this season. See if you guys have anything. This one, again, that price here, just $1.20 when you're talking about a Braves team. Look, it may be the Rays have come, back here and joined us a little bit with a better, improved record now. They're still 5 games under 500. The Braves went through that big time losing slump here of late. Maybe they're starting to turn around, but again, they're not going to be healthy enough necessarily to. I imagine it's just get it rolling like they kind of need. Interestingly, you look at the race, right? Like I know it's still mid-June, but I talked about it yesterday, right? In the National League. Have you guys looked at it, or yesterday I was just kind of talking off the cuff a little bit about the National League wild card race and what's going on, and how I thought that, easy to predict, right? It's going to come down to the last day and it's going to be the last game of the last inning. But when you look at what's going on with the National League wild card, right, I'm not going to be wrong because there's just too many teams that are going to be probably in play, it feels like, because of the tremendous mediocrity of the National League. You only have 4 teams above 500. And after you get away from the number 1 wild card team, the Atlanta Braves, who lead the Padres by, I think, 4 games in the standings, but they're both in the wild card position. The Padres and the Cardinals would be in, but it doesn't matter because you have 8 teams after the Braves that are within 2.5 games of one another in the standings currently. You have the Padres at 37-37. They're the best record behind those 4 top teams, including division leaders Philadelphia, the Dodgers, and the Brewers. And after the Braves, you've got the Padres at that 500 record, the Cardinals a game under 500, the Reds 2 under 500, the Nationals 2 under 500, the Diamondbacks 3 under 500, the Cubs 3 under 500, same with the Giants, and the Pirates and the Mets are both 4 and 5 games under 500. So it's going to be a fun summer with some of these teams. Some of them have to drop off, I would guess, and we'll just have to play it out, I guess. That's what we'll do. Want to say hello to my man here, Billy Briz, bringing us a little WNBA stopping by. Thank you, Billy. Great to have you here. And should be awesome day. 2 games to play at the same time. WNBA today is a early starts. We'll preview the games here. I think Nunya is saying over. Was it this one? Yeah, I think it was this one compared to the Washington game. Yeah. And he thinks, he thinks it is this game because he thinks the pitching will get hit here a little bit. Dre's on the Braves. Andrew Dampf is on the Braves. And Nunya here, first 5, and then Braves full game, right? Yeah, and those are always fun. And I did it last night in the kind of in the WNBA with one of those totals. I said that Vegas game would be, was the Vegas game? Yeah, early. I said it'd be high scoring early, but I'm still going under, and it did stay under by a point. Doubles on the under. Jeff says the Braves are hitting again. And Mike on the Braves here. Doesn't feel like, because there's Fernando on the Rays, Blake on the Rays. So it feels like we're kind of bouncing around here a little bit. Public Enemy on the Rays. Mike on the Braves, K on the Rays. So we can't we're not going to find any consensus here. Okay, Nunya did not like the Asia Wilson interview where she was visibly upset. Carla Brown, hello. Want to say hello to Carla. She's wondering about UFL. I was going to hold out till the end of the show, Carla, but you stopped by here and said it so nicely. I've already on the record a little bit, so I'm with Saskatchewan and the over in the CFL. This will shorten up the show at the end, I think. And over in the UFL championship game, yeah, I've got Birmingham for a third straight spring football title. They're a 3-point favorite over the San Antonio Brahmas, and I'd probably go under, but I think Birmingham to cover and under would be my secondary play there. Rays for Luis. And Fernando says maybe Rays first five could be a look. And the Rays with Eflin, they're 5-5-2 with Eflin in the first 5 innings. All right. Let me take let me see what I'm taking here. I'm taking the Atlanta Braves at this price here, I believe. Yeah, I am. I think it was going to be a premium, but let me see here. Yeah, I'm gonna switch it up here and end up on the Braves on the show. I don't know if I'm gonna do the total actually, and let's have some winners here on the show. For my good day of 12 premium winners, I would say that our show here yesterday was a little bit lackluster. We did have some nice wins. Padres, Mets came to go. Under was a winner here on the show yesterday in the major leagues. Also, Cleveland, Toronto under we had as a winner here on the show, but not as many show winners. So let me try to give a few more out. I'll whittle down because show picks were disappointing in my mind yesterday. For me, if you guys got them, that's great. Ray on the Braves, Nunez on the Braves, I believe. Let's move on to Phillies and the Orioles playing a pretty good series. It feels like here at this point, and obviously could be World Series teams. Certainly two of the top teams that will be contending for the World Series. The way things are going right now with these two hot teams. For the Phillies that come in this one with uh, Wheeler still cooking with gas, a 1.57 ERA in his last 5 starts and a 4-0 record in those 5 starts. He's gone under in 8 of his last 9 starts. The Phillies have gone under in 11 of their last 14. For Corbin Burns, a 2.18 ERA in his last 5 starts. Baltimore 11-5 in their last 16 overall, and they've gone under in 6 of their last 9. I'll mention Burns has gone over in 4 of his last 5, but for 2 career starts against the Phillies, 0.55 ERA, 2 relief appearances as well in that, but pretty good numbers. And for Wheeler, a 1.9 ERA in 4 career starts against Baltimore. So obviously expecting some very, very strong pitching here today from these two. Can you get behind the offenses going up against these two top-notch starters here on Sunday? I'm showing handicappers here, probably about a 3-2 ratio on the Orioles today, but maybe more significantly, because I think this is the direction I'm going, but let me get your comments here. About 3 out of every 4 cappers running on the under in the Phillies and the Orioles. Here we go. It's Fernando on the Phillies. Ray's got the O's. Mike's parlaying up some of the best teams in the history of the game. Here's doubles going with the Phillies. Ron's on the Phillies. Luis is on the Phillies. A lot of Phillies support here, but Andrew says, give me the O's in the under. Fernando says, give me the over in the first 5 with these two hot starters. Blake says, give me the Phillies first 5. Public Enemy says, give me this game to go under. And Mike says, yeah, but the Pens are going to let it down. You got the 2 strong starters, but I don't trust these bullpens at this point. All right. Ron says Trey Turner could finally return here. That would be nice. That would be great. Philly bullpen 3.6 ERA this season. Baltimore 3.2 ERA. Certainly one of the best in the league, but we're on a Sunday, so I'll take the under here in this one. I believe we're probably dealing with a 7 right now. Let me see here. My line screen isn't populating, so let me refresh it. I got a backup. Don't worry. Yeah, we're dealing it all with 7 over 20 for the most part. So it's almost a good half of a run lower than what I entered in on the screen last night before I talked to Tony. So these lines that I pop up here are probably about, a good 7 or 8 hours old. So this one definitely moved lower here with the Phillies. So I'll just take it on the show. I probably would like to premium there at 7.5. And, I wait. Look, I like to get plays in early sometimes, but I don't want to take advantage of a line that I know is going to move. I need to give my subscribers the most accurate line and representation possible. Sometimes it just comes a matter of, you're doing your work, your time constraints. You got to get the plays in. You want to sell the plays, but always taper it back. If the line isn't as good as what you're being told by your capper, don't just tank the play. Just dial it back a little bit with the amount that you're playing. That's the way I look at it. If you get a better line, step it up a little bit. Move that bet forward a small percentage. I'm not saying double it up or anything. Just slightly increase it. Look, if you're dealing between the difference between a 7 and a 7.5, and I'm telling you under, and your normal play is like $500, it's probably going to go down, maybe to a 0.6 of a year, right? 330, whatever, because half a run is significant. The same thing with those points, All right. I think I've got my play. You guys had some comments too in this one. Let me see. A few more here. Hi to Stephen Downey. Ron may be going over here, but Elliot's going under. So doesn't look like we got much going on here. Two Cups says I'll try a Nerfy though in the game with the hot pitching matchup. Why not? Wheeler's 1 for 14 this season. That's real good. It's among the best in the league, certainly, giving up runs. But Burns, we know him as a slow starter, certainly a bit in his career as well, and that's showing again this season. He's given up first inning runs in 5 of 14 starts this season. We move on. The Guardians will take on the Blue Jays with Lively going up against Berrios in this one. For Lively, he comes in here with a 2.54 ERA in his last 5 starts. Cleveland's gone 7-3 with Lively on the mound this season. For Berrios, he has a 2.88 ERA in his last 4 starts, but doesn't have a win to show for it. In fact, 0-2. Toronto's 9-5 with Berrios on the mound. He's gone under in 10 of his last 12 starts. Cleveland's gone under in 10 of their last 12 games overall. Cleveland's 20-7 in their last 28 games overall. Blue Jays have gone under in 6 of their last 8 games. I don't know, man. Let's see what that total. I feel like. I want to look at see if it's moved higher than this to 8 under because. All right, now we're still dealing with mostly 7.5s here with Cleveland and Toronto in this one. So I'll go under here. I was just seeing, because because it feels like it's going up. Look at it. What's the juice? Okay, no, it is. It's about 7.5. Some books are juiced a little bit to the over. There's of course, Circa's juiced to the under, and that's what I like. So, I like the under. I like the Circa's juice to the under. That makes me think that under is right call here, but I am going to go under in this one with the Guardians and the Blue Jays today. Cappers are running a little bit to the over that I've seen in that one, and they are heavy, heavy, heavy on the Blue Jays here today. I'm showing Cappers nearly a 6-to-1 ratio. I counted 12 premium plays with the Guardians. That does not include, remember, when I talk about these, that doesn't include our site. I don't know who has premiums on our sites other than me here, but Guardians pretty hot elsewhere. I showed 12 cappers on the Guardians on other sites, 2 on Toronto. Give me the under here with these two, and we'll get your comments. The Guardians and the Blue Jays. Here's Ron on the Guardians. Here is Luis on the over. And let's see. Jose Ramirez is on, he is on paternity leave. I believe that will continue here. Elliot on the Guardians. Here's Mike on Cleveland. Thomas says maybe the Blue Jays win. Elliott's on the under. Cleveland run line here for doubles. Dre's on the under. Guardians for Fernando. Guardians for Blake. That's a lot of Guardians. Maybe not enough for Thomas. We'll see what he does here. He'll tell us there, but does feel like a lot of public support, a lot of capper support for the Guardians. You're getting them as an underdog here. Sure, Barrios, pretty solid, no doubt about it. It's had a pretty good, season here, considering, the Blue Jays are pretty mediocre to say the least. But Barrios, a 4.73 career ERA in 17 starts against Cleveland. Lively's never faced. It is. And it is here for Thomas says. We are going with it. And doubles, or Nunya says, I might be dealing in entendres here. But I'm going to, at least my plays, I'm going to be clear on, right? But I do like to play a little bit with words. I'm a wordsmith. One thing I used to do, and people do kind of tease me about my vocabulary a little bit. I definitely talk above my education level. But one thing I did do in my youth, every morning, I would find a word in the dictionary I didn't know, and I would learn that word and its meaning, and I would try to use it throughout the day as often as possible. As dumb as that sounds, and that was as I was a kid, a student. But that was something I did. I don't know why I did that, other than I was a wannabe journalist and all that. But it created an interesting vocabulary, I guess. All right. And all right, give me the under. We move on. Padres and Mets here with Dylan Cease against Tyler McGill with my Padres here on the road against the Mets. And, the Padres, it's funny because in my life, the Padres, when they go on the East Coast swing, it was kind of always a disaster. I want to pass along, though, real quick here. We're going to get to this game in a moment, but there is some steam coming out right now. Reds and Brewers over 9. We'll talk about it. We'll preview it in just a moment with Montas and Ray, but I'm already showing some 9.5s out there in the game in Milwaukee today. How's it going, Jeff, with the weather or anything like that? We're expecting runs in this one. Yeah, maybe because of our pitching matchup as well and the way these two teams are playing. But this total moving higher, Reds and Brewers. We'll get back to that one in just a moment. Let's continue on with the Padres, though. And Dylan Cease, right? A lot of critiquing of what the Padres did with all this pitching, right? They're, like I said, they're in the I'm going to talk them up always a little bit. And I'll be the first to bash them here. But again, you look at King, right? Everyone's like, King's terrible. They just remember sometimes you find your place. Sometimes New York isn't the right place for someone. So For Dylan Cease, I mean, he's been around a little bit more than a guy like King, but he could probably fit in anywhere. Cease has gone under in 8 of his last 10 starts. The Padres have gone under in 6 straight on the road. They couldn't get the offense going yesterday as we had a premium pick winner with the Mets. I know Tony had that one for sure. We smashed on the Mets, and we did have the under here on the show yesterday in that matchup with Mazur and Quintana. And Quintana, sometimes the Padres can really be the type of left-handers like Quintana. I don't know about just this Padres lineup, but it just seems like for years that's been the issue. Not only that, and those East Coast swings. The Padres would go to the Mets, the Phillies, and the Expos. That's how old I am, and it would just be a disaster. It'd be like a 1-8 road trip, 2-7, 0-9 every year. It seemed like, but again, that's when the travel was a little different. I felt like let's get your comments on the Padres, my Padres against the Mets today. Here's Ray on the Padres, and here is Dre wants Padres team total under, and. Well, good morning to Tyrone Christopher here today. Doubles might go over here. Fernando over. Luis is on my Padres. And there was the famous sportscaster in San Diego that I watched for decades. And, if the Padres won, they were his Padres. They were my Padres. If they lost, they're your Padres. So if I can say it, I'll say when they win, my Padres. And they lose, they're your Padres. Here's Jeff says it is raining there right now in Milwaukee. Blake on the Padres today. A lot of support maybe here for the Padres. Want to mention a little bit more steam that just came in, and it was a game that it was Cleveland, guys. Cleveland taking steam right now. So Thomas talked about it as it being that was one of our plays, right? I don't want to scroll back, but if you were going to jump on with Team Steam, I better go back. I'm sure he said it. Yeah, number 3 consensus play already, Guardians money line, but they are taking action here right now. Cleveland's getting steamed, it feels like, against Toronto. So you're probably going to get even somewhere closer to even money here if you want to get on them. Just let you know about that right now. So, all right. Let's see here. With a few more here. And Blake misses the Expo. Hey, we got the Nationals technically. I wish they'd, why don't they wear an Expo uniform once in a while? That's not going to hurt. Ron says, do I have? Yeah, I do. I do have Padres hats. All colors too. But nothing lately, nothing like new, right? Nothing new. Because when the Padres went back to the brown, I already had everything was already brown. I had some blue, but we knew the Padres are not blue, you guys. That was a bad call. That was just a bad call. And we got goofy uniforms nowadays. Here's Mets and under. And Robert says, you know what? We're going to get that pitching in Boston here one day. All right. Here we go. Padres and the Mets today. Get your plays. Cease, a 3.64 ERA in his last 3 starts. The Padres are 8-4 with Dylan Cease. Tyler McGill has a 4.56 ERA in 5 starts. He does have a start against San Diego, 2 earned runs in 5 innings pitched. The Mets are just 1-4 with Tyler McGill. We talked about the Padres going under in 6 straight on the road. The Mets have gone under in 4 of their last 5 games. Could I here take another total here? I'm sneaking a peek at college baseball, you guys, because I'm starting to see a little bit of a move here to the under in the North Carolina-Tennessee game. I'm not saying it's going to get steamy around here, and only one book's moving on it, but it's the book that when they move, sometimes they follow. So if you want to get ahead of the market, you could start to take a peek at that under. I'm not willing to make a call that it's steamy yet. in the North Carolina-Tennessee game. That's the late game anyways. So let's just keep our ears out here for the Steam and see what happens. All right. Padres and Mets. Anyways, here I'll get ready to make my call in this one. I'm the Padres whisperer, right? What I say goes when it comes to calling Padres games. But today I'll take another under here. I think I was going to go premium in this one, but after yesterday and having a strong day, I don't want to necessarily play it like this. It's not a matter of gamesmanship. There's a lot of early games today. Want to get some good plays in. Let's take the under. I feel good with this one. The widely reported Steam also did come in on the under in this game. I'm pretty sure that number on the screen is pretty stale by now. It is currently 7 over 20 pretty much everywhere. Let me update that because that's a pretty significant move. So I'll just take the under on the show here. I definitely like it today with these two teams on Sunday day game. I'll stick with it. No premium. 7.5 was a premium. Give me 7 over 20. I'll take the under here on the show. I need winners on the show, guys. It was not great results on the morning Steam for Ramon. Our consensus was fine, so I'm happy about that. I'm kind of talking about my totals that I kind of was on my own, doing my totals thing a little bit. There were some runs yesterday scored. Make no mistake. I mean, for Mr. Under, when you had 8-4, 9-2, 7-5, 16-4. Yeah, it started off pretty well early on. And hey, we had a winning day in the premium. So, okay, here we go. Always try to make every winning play, don't we? Blake, well, yeah, Pete Rose was an expo. All right. We move on. Athletics will take on the Twins. Here's JP Sears going up against Bailey Ober, and you got Ober here $1.80-ish, and the total 8.5, maybe 8.5 flat. No, let's call it 8.5 over 20. I think it's been juiced up everywhere here to the over. It feels like today. I like when at least they move the total over, give me a little bit of an option if I wanted to come in on another under. Let's take a look at this one. American League action here with the JP Sears, a 4.5 ERA in his last 3 starts. Remember, this is a doubleheader. Let me make sure I have the timing right on this. Yeah, game 1, Sears and Ober. This is a let me break in here real quick, get you a little bit of college baseball steam. It's not that game that I had mentioned, but it is the Virginia and Florida State game. Now, here's the interesting thing about it. We're starting to get into the losers bracket a little bit, and these teams aren't the better teams, right? These are probably the worst teams of the group. I think the form held here to start, right? So they're moving over fast and heavy. Virginia and Florida State, 11.5 quickly has turned into 12 here today in college baseball. And this is the early game here in between these two teams. So this one gets underway here in just a little while, actually, at 10 a.m. Oh, I'm sorry, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 Pacific. You do have some time on this one, but that total is definitely moving under here today. Over, make it clear, over in Virginia and Florida State. They took over 11.5, and we're already dealing with mostly 12s out there right now. So take that into consideration. But over in Virginia and Florida State is the steam that just came in from college baseball. All right, let's get the play here for me in the game between the Athletics and the Twins. Let's get your plays. That's what we'll do. Here is Ron Hahn on the Twins here. And, I mean, it's not all about Fred Sanford. I mean, you've got Lamont Sanford as well. Okay, let me see here. Twins under for Blake. Looks like not much going here in this one, so. Twins for Thomas. And Ron talking about the fight last night, the boxing match there. Here's Dre on the Twins. All right. And an Aline there for Fernando. And all right, I'm going to take the Twins, you guys. I think. What's this number? Oh, man. Probably could do a little. Oakland's been so kind of gutty, really here, man. I don't know. Let me see. You got Grady, Ron says. Don't forget. Fernando didn't even know about tank fighting, right? That's the thing. That's the thing about boxing. Unfortunately, there were two good fights. They were both. I won't say they were good fights there. They were both, north of $5. I think Davis was $9, a $9 favorite in that one. So, all right, Twins and Athletics. Just trying to see if I could try to play the Twins here. It feels like on the. Probably should just take the under again as usual in this one. Let's probably just do that. Let me take another nope, I'm going to take the Twins. I'll take them. I don't want to take them on the run line. I'm just going to take them on the money line here, $1.80. I think I can get a little bit lower at some of these sharp books. That way I can just take a big favorite for once. Like every day. $1.69 at Circa. I'm just gonna have to do it. I'm just gonna take the Twin. I'm taking the Twins. Doubles will go A's run line. There was a Ramon balk there, a little bit of flaky game maybe, but I mean, not the Twins should. They're pretty heavy favorites, obviously here. Man, are they hitting that total even higher on that college game? I want to get on that, you guys, if it keeps going higher, that Virginia, Florida State, and the North Carolina, Tennessee is definitely, it's still not steamy, but it's going lower, man. And I imagine that we might hear it here in just a moment or two. It feels like from the steamometer on the under with the other game between North Carolina and Tennessee. It does feel like that one might get some steam treatment. Haven't heard from them yet. All right, let's move on here from the. We got any more from this game? You guys are talking about the fight. Okay, well, let's move on. Here we go. Next up, Tigers taking on the Astros here with Kenta Maeda going up. What's going on here with the Astros? Pitching in this one, I'm showing today Eric Lauer. What is it? Was it 2010 again here? Are the Astros really starting Eric Lauer here today in this one? Well, let's take a look. Lauer was just signed about a month ago. He opted out of his deal. He opted out with the Bucks and signs here. He signed a AAA contract with the Astros and has been at Sugarland, I believe, here of late. Of course, I just remember that because he's a former Padre, but it feels like about 6 or 7 years ago now. He was traded to the Brewers. Padres, of course, ended up getting I think Grisham in that deal, and I think Zach Davies, but really never did too much, and then had shoulder and elbow injuries. But obviously here with the Houston that needs any kind of pitching depth whatsoever, at this point with everything that's happened with all these guys from Garcia to Urquidy to Javier to McCullers to even the guys that are on the staff. It feels like have gone through a few things. Um, it feels like so. Pop this game up on the screen there now that we have Lauer in there. So we'll see. I don't know what kind of innings. I didn't go through look too much here at what Lauer's been up to in the minors. I mean, he's definitely been, an established major league pitcher for the most part. He's never really developed into the pitcher maybe that he thought, or maybe even living up to expectations. He's kind of a little bit of a soft tosser. It feels like through these years here. All right, let me see here. Maybe I can get a few. I think those notes are pretty sufficient though on Lauer where he stands in his career anyway at this point. Okay, let's. We've got a few things here though with the Tigers in this one for Maeda, 3.86 ERA in his last 4 starts. He's gone over in 4 of his last 5 starts. Detroit losers of 6 of their last 9, but Houston hasn't been much better, having lost 4 of their last 6. What's the total here, by the way? Let's put something up on the screen. Pretty much feels like 8.5, maybe 8.5 flat. As the total. There we go. The Astros here have gone under in 16 of their last 22 games. The Tigers have gone over in 8 of their last 9 games overall. So, okay, any comments? I don't know if we're going to have many picks from you guys. I don't know on this one. Here, let's see. Andrew says the numbers in Sugarland were not good. Okay, I didn't, like I said, didn't look here, but just kind of feels like, for a pitcher like this, it certainly kind of doesn't matter a little bit. I'd imagine Lauer's got some ways to go to resurrect his major league career, but again, you're going to get a chance here with Houston. And I frankly did not have a lot to go on here. I didn't even have Lauer in here yet when I started rolling. But if it is going to be Lauer, and I don't know if I like this price, I wouldn't do a premium on it, but I'm going to go with him. I'm going to go with Houston here in this one. I feel like I want to go a double play, almost, but because I'm just kind of winging it on this game, quite frankly, after seeing this. So I didn't know that this would be the case, but give me Houston. I want to take a chance with my man Eric Lauer here. Actually, at this point, with all due respect to Andrew talking about the way he's been pitching, and Ray says, "Give me the Tigers team total over." Nunya doesn't like this game. Houston for doubles. He'll roll with me a little bit. Andrew says, "You know what? I can take plus money though here if I lay the runs." Thomas has been to Sugarland. The fall to see that team, Thomas, or just in that, just you've been to Sugarland? I'm gonna. We'll see. I imagine Lauer won't go too deep here, but the Tigers, the one thing you can count on certainly here with Detroit coming in. I mean, they're not awful against left-handers for sure. Doesn't feel like to me. So I'm going to take the Astros here and take it for what it's worth, right? I had nothing on this game because I was not sure what Houston was doing, and I'm really just going with them now because my man Eric Lauer, and even if he's been kind of crummy. Pirates and Rockies now here in this one. We didn't have the Pirates starter, huh? Well, let's see if we can get something together on the Bucks. Justin, you out there? Help. Dalton Jeffries. It sounds like today. Let's put Dalton Jeffries in there. We've seen him a little bit so far. Looks like Pirates are $1.45-ish or so here today. They're down to $1.25 or $1.30 actually. Total at 12.5. we saw yesterday. The Rockies put up a big 16 spot. I had the Rockies as a premium. Yeah, I took them on the run line, but man, they were on the old cartoon merry-go-round there. It felt like for a little while, scoring those runs against the Pirates. I mean, the Rockies were a pretty popular handicapper play yesterday. In this one with my man Dakota Hudson in there. For Hudson, he has a 3.38 ERA in his last 4 starts. He's gone under in 9 of his last 13. Rockies have dropped 10 of their last 14 games despite yesterday's victory in that one. Colorado just 3-10 so far this season with Hudson on the mound. For the Pirates, they've dropped 3 of 4. They've gone under in 4 of their last 5. Jeffries, I don't think he runs too deep, so probably get into that Bucks bullpen a little bit. You can start to put your plays in this one with Jeffries and Hudson going through the roof, it feels like, here on this total. And I want to kind of bounce back with the Rockies. I was considering probably using them again here, but I don't know what I want to do with the total now. I'm scared at 12.5 here. We're starting to get into some summer total, some summertime here with the Rockies. So I'll take the Rockies here as a money line dog. We're going to have to find a spot too, Thomas, for the money line dice. We need a game. We need a toss-up game. We don't know what we're doing. I was going to set up a little camera, and then we'll cut to the money line dice, and then we'll roll them and say what we're on. Hey, want to mention a little bit of steam coming across the wire right now. You might have heard it, and it is kind of important because of what you guys were saying. So, I was the one that was the first game on the board, doubles and gang. The Cardinals and the Cubs. The chat was virtually unanimous going under in that game, right? Everyone talking under. And I was like, I don't know, you guys. I like the over. So I pivoted to the Cubs. The steam is coming in on the under in that game. Now, doubles, I don't know if maybe the weather's alleviated a little bit. Maybe the wind's dying down. Maybe the Sharps just like an 11 there, but 11s are disappearing here rapidly, and it is a pretty sharp move, man, from what I can tell here. So maybe I don't even know if I can go premium seeing a move like this down to 10.5 over 15 already. Moves like this are usually pretty darn good here. You guys might be on the winner in that one. Was that a total? I think we actually was a consensus total, and we rarely have those. Don't know if you wrote that. Charles, is that right? I mean, Thomas? I'm trying to remember. Okay, let's go. Rockies and Pirates, give it to me. Let's get your plays. If you have anything here in this one. Rockies and under for Darren. Thomas said it was 6-0. It wasn't really, I didn't even catch that yesterday. It was 6-0. Okay, Andrew says it'll be a repeat of yesterday. Okay, well, that's fine by me. Give me the Rockies. Here's Dre on the over. Here's Luis on Pittsburgh in this one. And Fernando says, give me the under. So, yeah, I don't know if this one's going anywhere as far as the total is concerned. Like I said, it's juiced to the over right now. And, again, this one's another one where with Dalton Jeffries being announced, we just don't really have a lot of public data anyway to work with like I like to work with. But I don't think that's going to matter for me actually here today. And I want to take Colorado as my pick after winning with them yesterday. I probably, like I said, I'm giving out some premiums here. I don't know. I'm not saying which ones are which. I don't even want to be right or wrong, but and double said, yeah, look, right. So we didn't even have the info. We didn't even have Dalton Jeffries in here, as a situation yet. So Hudson, 4.87 ERA in his career against Pittsburgh. Give me the Rockies once again. Pittsburgh, you're dead to me, at least for today and yesterday. we move on. How about the Angels and the Giants? Hey, the Angels will find a time to surprise you, won't they? Feels like when the Angels feel like winning, they do it in impressive fashion. I mean, we were on the Giants yesterday. We were on the over. I thought we might actually get there yesterday, but just ended up 4-3. The Angels were actually pretty clutch. It felt like in that game. Uh, Giants had their chances too. Just missed a go-ahead home run that ended up in the in the in the bay. So let's take a look for the Angels here with Joyce. So that means bullpen game here for the Angels with Ben Joyce on the mound, the young man here from Knoxville, Tennessee. But he uh, has that good fastball here certainly, and uh, doesn't get out there for too many innings. He's only he's got some rough numbers so far, but that's your man, right? The man from Knoxville, Blake. If you're right, so you're probably a little bit familiar with him, but he's had a shaky career. He's he went through TJ before, I think, in college actually. So, but he's been an Angel his whole time, and I get him confused because what's his brother's name? He's a twin, and I can't think of his brother's name right now. I'm thinking because right now I see this is how old and brain cell dead. I mean, I think of Tennessee right now, and all I see in my brain, I'm trying to think of Joyce, but all I think of is the current Tennessee, like the guys that are out there right now because of watching the games lately. Ray, give me the over, he says. Fernando's on the Giants run line. So is Darren. So is Blake. Uh-oh, a lot of Giants run line support. Here is Luis. Giants run line. And okay, did I miss one? Thank you, Andrew. I'll go back here if I missed the game. I think I might have actually uh, missed the game there with Montas and Ray. So I'll come back to that. Thank you. Okay, and there's Blake talking about it. It looks like he remembers he's going against his man. He's going against the old volunteer here. And here's doubles. Just about 12 minutes left. We'll have some extra time here, of course, but Poland, Netherlands. I like this 1-1 here with getting a goal and a half at minus 170 today. I'm feeling pretty good with Poland at this point. All right, you guys. I think you guys got your plays in for the most part, and I'll make the call here. Justin's got another. I think Thomas has got a consensus here coming. Oh, that was the. Yeah, I feel like a consensus here from Tom. Thomas will probably be jotting this one down. It feels like here you guys want to go against Joyce in this one. The Giants here with Harrison, a 5.64 ERA in his last 4 starts and an 0-2 record in those. The Angels have won 7 of their last 11 games. What? They've gone over in 5 of their last 6. Oh, thank you, Doubles. Yeah, you could tell when I look up something. Thomas can tell when I look up something when you hear me banging on that keyboard. Okay. Number 4 consensus is the Giants on the run line. Yeah, Andrew, I would expect Joyce to be an opener here for sure in this one. And he does say he'll take the Giants on the money line. Your call, Thomas. I think we've got to kind of, go with the chat, right? I mean, more people were just run line, run line, run line. It doesn't really feel totally comfortable to me, but hey, our chat rules. So if they want to go run line, we'll go run line here. Kind of I kind of like them too. So I mean, I might just join the party. What I did the other day was really smart. You guys were all over it, and I'm like, man, I like this favorite too. What was the day? 2 days ago, and the chat had all these plays, and I'm like, wow, the chat's like on all my premiums today, and I just went with the total, put them in as my premiums, and we crushed them. So maybe I should do that here with the Giants because I do really like the Giants, and I'm not necessarily totally sure on the total, although I think I want to go under. Give me the Giants today. I'll roll with the chat on the show. Let's go run line. No premium there, but man, it feels like a premium. I'll take the Giants with you guys. And like I said, I want to go with good plays on the show after yesterday's subpar performance. I don't want to go, but I'm happy we had a good day on the premiums. Pardon me. Getting my, I knew I was having an okay day, but I really was having a really smashing day with a lot of those other plays. Yesterday, going late in the UFC, I did really well. Also, I know 3-2 in my premiums, but I ended up ordering burn ends, and got a few left here. I don't know if I should eat this on the air, but really good. They're about 12 hours old here. Just have a few left. I don't know why I didn't just went to bed. Okay, let's move on here. Rangers and Mariners with Dunning and Gilbert. And you have Gilbert here, Logan Gilbert, $1.40 over Stunning Dane Dunning. Total 7.5 under 20 for the most part, it feels like. No, that's wrong. I'm starting to see a lot of sevens out. Sevens everywhere. Sevens everywhere. Do the sharps really bet so much like me, right? Taking these unders all the time that the totals always go lower, just making my life miserable. The reason I play totals under is because the public is supposed to take these higher every time and give me the value. So maybe that's why yesterday, maybe we lost a few by more than a half a run, but it does feel like sometimes on the free plays because we pivot and give them out as free once we've kind of lost our value, losing by half a run. Anybody going to listen to my bad beat stories? I'll give you $5 here. Let's get into this one with Dane Dunning and the Rangers on the road. They're getting some attention, I do want to add. They're not totally being ignored here by gamblers, although it feels like the Mariners are getting the majority of calls here. And here's a goal. Goal, 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 goal. The Dutch have scored with 6 minutes left in the game, and they're celebrating. Orange is going crazy. Netherlands 2, Poland 1 here at Euro. Another favorite is going to come home. It's all favorites. It's all chalk so far at Euro 2024. All right, here we go. Rangers, Mariners. Gilbert has a 4.46 ERA in his last 7 starts. The Mariners just 3-6 with Gilbert. Seattle's hot. They've won 15 of their last 20 games overall. But the Rangers, they're struggling again. They've lost 7 of their last 11. They've gone under in 21 of their last 29 because the offense has been struggling there for sure. Dunning, a 7.41 ERA in his last 4 starts. He's gone over in 6 straight starts on the road. For the Rangers, they've also gone just 17-20 on the road overall here. They're just basically 4 games under 500 at this point. Seattle, 11 games over 500. Here come the plays from you guys. And Nunya wants burn-ins. They were good, man. They were good. It was Famous Dave's. I don't know if anybody, I know some people say, a little too generic, but, UFC, I wasn't going to go cook. I wasn't going to drive. I'm in Vegas. It's hot. It's 100 degrees already here. I think it's 105 already, and it's 7:30 in the morning, 7:40 in the morning here. All right, here we go with Thomas on Seattle. I'm going to eat it, Nunya. I may go put it in the microwave at least here, though. Put some more sauce on it, maybe. Mariners money line for Justin Ray. Team total over. And here we go. Any more? Seattle for doubles. This is a lot of Seattle, maybe. I don't know, Thomas. How much Seattle can there be? Here's Blake. If I add Seattle here as my pick, I think that's consensusy, right? Because I want Seattle, and the price is a little bit cheaper than what I'm showing on screen here. So I don't know if you guys take them. This one I might actually pivot here to a total because I was thinking about using them. Here we go. Blake also added Seattle. Did we say that? Okay. Thomas said it already. Okay. Thomas said it. Let you guys take Seattle. I want to give us another play because I do like another Ramon Scott style under, it feels like here. So let's do that. I might go with you guys and I might premium it up because you guys were so hot. I like Seattle. I in this series, I wanted to give Texas a long look. I know the sharps are on Texas. The sharps are on Texas, man. Doesn't mean the handicappers. When I'm talking sharps, I'm not talking the handicappers, the great cappers that maybe they're more right sometimes than the sharps because the sharps they're kind of goofy sometimes. And to me, looking at the way the line is moving, I mean, I don't know. I think it's moved at least 20 cents right now, the way they're taking Texas as a dog in this one. Maybe not 20 cents, but all right. Giving great value on the Mariners for you got for those that want to take the favorite here. Give me the under, and it is consensus. I always write it down. I write a little CON. Let me know that Team Steam was on it. All right. We move on. White Sox, Diamondbacks. How about the White Sox? Clutch performance yesterday against the Diamondbacks. The bats were hot for the White Sox. They looked like the much better team yesterday. In that matchup with the Diamondbacks. They didn't stand a chance, it felt like. The Diamondbacks did not look good despite taking a 1-0 lead in the game. Soon after, they trailed 4-1 or more, and it was toast. It was like the toast. It was like the toast underneath the freaking burn ends yesterday, right? All right. For I didn't eat my toast, you guys. I ate the. All right, for the White Sox coming in here in this one. Let's see with Thorpe. Okay, with Thorpe in his first major league start last game, he allowed 2 runs in 5 innings. White Sox lost, of course. Montgomery's been getting racked here of late. 13 ERA in his last 3 starts. He's gone over in 5 of his last 6. 5 career starts against the White Sox, a 2.2 ERA and a 2-0 record. Arizona still won 9 of their last 14 at home, and they've gone over in 12 of their last 15. White Sox have been going under because of that offense for sure. They've gone under in 4 of their last 5. They've lost 19 of their last 23, but they've won 1 straight. So let's get that clear. I want to say thank you so much to 100 of you in here right now as we get wrapped up here on our baseball. Let's get your comments and your picks with the White Sox today here. And do I have something wrong there, Thomas? Thank you. Okay, thank you. Yeah, we don't have the line. Thomas is all over it. Oh, and I got to go back and do the Brewers game. Don't forget. Okay, let me put the line up here for and we know the Diamondbacks are favored here, $1.70 or so, 8.5 over 15. It feels like right now. There we go. How's that? And for The White Sox here, 7-30 record on the road. You guys weren't too hot in this one. Here's Justin with Diamondbacks team total. Blake is on the Diamondbacks. And yeah, Thorpe, right? Anticipated start. Again, we're not throwing Thorpe in that group just yet. But again, this White Sox rotation it's just so interesting because the team is so bad and they're decent. Andrew says it's his favorite game. Doubles is going to ladder the Diamondbacks, though. All right. I think we'll make a play here. There's Justin as well, but Dre's on Arizona. There was some support here. I don't know, Thomas. There's a lot of Diamondback. Well, there's different bets, though. I don't think we have something so solid. And was there one White Sox pick in there, it felt like? All right, let's get a play. I'm going to make a play here. There's Mark Lee, though, on the Diamondbacks. Thank you, Elliot. Yeah, how about that? Huh? Going interesting. Wow, interesting. So they're actually going back the other way now. Interesting. Maybe it was a head fake. Okay. Well, we don't want to. It's the last consensus play. What if there's another consensus play? We can't just stop. You can't stop. Like I do. One thing I do. Look, if I like one play on a 15 game card, I like one play on a 50. If I like 14, I'm going to like 14. You can't really just draw the line, I guess. Tyrone says, give me White Sox first 5, though. But we want to see this prospect here. Farewell, Thorpe, for the White Sox. But we just need to see a little more of them. He looked good in that first game. And I'll make the call. I'll make the call here. Widely reported steam came in on the under. I'm on the under. It's 8.5 still. That looks good. That looks real good. All right. We've got some of our players here who are sitting out on Sunday to report on here today. So far, we're getting the first of our sitting players, if you will. I think the first one we have is a game with the Padres and the Mets. We have for the Mets today, Francisco Alvarez will be out here in this one. He'll get the rest. So the catcher of the Mets will be out today. That's the only one, only game that's sent in so far with their players that are out. All right. So move on. We move on. I'm on the under Arizona and the White Sox. Royals and Dodgers. Don't let me forget the Brewers game. Royals and Dodgers here with Singer going up against Glasnow. In this one, Dodgers a massive favorite, almost too big for even my liking here. Glasnow's got a 4.66 ERA in his last 5 starts, and the Dodgers have lost 5 of his 6 games. Now, he does have a 1.88 career ERA in 4 career starts against Kansas City. For Singer, he's got a 0.69 ERA in 2 career starts against the Dodgers. The Royals have dropped 11 of their last 18. Ironically enough, here, Dodgers have gone over in 7 of their last 9 at home. Royals have gone over in 16 of their last 25 games overall. I still might consider under, but it's just that this one has gotten pretty low. It's been going under here. All right. What do we got? Oh, thanks, Andrew. You know what? I feel like I'm kind of like all over the place sometimes, but I just like reporting our latest information, talking to you guys. I may sit here and I talk for 2 hours straight, but for the rest of the day, I just am by myself and I just have no one to talk to. Here comes some Kansas City support here. It looks like with Ray and Thomas. Justin says, give me the Dodgers team total over. Michael lay it with the Dodgers. Here's Luis on Kansas City. And doubles is on the over. We're all over the place on this one. Ron's on the run line. Brent's on the Royals. Who knows? Here's Fernando on the Dodgers alternate line. Here's Andrew on the Royals. So we're all over the place with this game, you guys. What are we going to do? Give me the under, I guess. Holland has one here over Poland. Here, they'll take the win. I've got the win, plus a goal and a half. Minus $1.70, but that's what I want. Poland, look, Poland's no joke. They've been pretty competitive over the last, I don't know, dozen years or so. This has been a pretty good, strong program with some nice players. So we know the Dutch. We know the Dutch. I know as a fan of this team, kind of. A little bit. They usually end up losing the biggest games, or the biggest game they get to. Of course, I've never been able to close the deal. That's why. But all right, Blake will go over in this one. A lot of different ideas here in this game. I'll just take another under for me. If I don't have half the card under, I probably shouldn't even be here. We move on. We're getting to the end here. Let me sneak in that. I don't know how to say sneak in the Brewers game, but we got to even make the graphic. I don't know why I forgot it here, but we got the Reds and Montas. Now we can type on the keyboard here and tell you guys we're doing it. Ray. And the Brewers are $1.30. Let's call it 9 over 20. All right. And show it on the screen. I'm the host. I'm the producer. I'm the graphics man. And here we go. Reds and Brewers with Colin Ray going up against Frankie Montas. And yeah, the Brewers are going to be favored, of course, in this one. I didn't forget the game. I got my stuff written down here for my play and everything. Just didn't have it up there on the site. And we talked to, so even though we didn't have it ready to go, we still knew that we had that widely reported steam that came in, right, on the game between the Reds and the Brewers have kind of moved this total here, right, if I'm not mistaken. Big pause. Okay, there we go. I just want to see if they went over. That was right about an hour into the show. They took over 9, and hey, it's still 9. Yeah, it's juiced here a little bit, but nonetheless, that's what the Sharps have done in this game with Frankie Montas and Colin Ray. For Montas, a 4.79 earned run average in his last 4 starts. The Reds are just 2-10 with Montas in his last 10 starts. Colin Ray, 1.64 ERA in his last 4 starts, and the Brewers are 5-1 with Colin Ray at home. We know the Brewers have been solid at home, 21-12 this season. They're 12 games over 500. The Reds, look, they've come back. They've won 14 of their last 20. They're doing a nice job here of late. Right now, they've gone under in 6 of their last 8 games. Montas has gone under in 3 straight. The Brewers have been trending a little bit to the over of late. Let's get your plays right now. I'm sorry I missed the order here with the Reds. Want to say hello to Chris Brady, and thank you, Chris. I would like to try to start to include a little bit more coverage here as someone who does bet a few plays every week in NASCAR. But Chris, you are our NASCAR coverage today. Thank you so much. At the Iowa Corn 350, he's got his picks in there. His pick will be Keselowski with the top Ford of the day. Got to be honest, with NASCAR, someone who's, covered NASCAR as a reporter before. I not only covered a big race, but also have covered better, I think, other than bragging about covering a big race for a small newspaper, would be the fact that I covered small races. I covered for a little 3/8 3/8 of a mile paved oval for half a dozen more than a half a dozen years every Saturday night, just sitting there with stock cars, with pony cars, with sprint cars, bombers, you name it. I've been out there and I know what it's like in those pits with those families. I mean, just with people who have 9 to 5 jobs and come out and race, spend all their money on their cars, racing on the weekends. You want to learn how to be a sports. I'm not saying I'm a good sport, but you want to learn about people and things in life. I reflect back on it now, and spending over a half a dozen years every Saturday night going to now defunct Cajon Speedway in El Cajon and getting to know families, interviewing them as they were the biggest stars, right? But they're just everyday people with the car in the garage, with their stock car in the garage, telling you about what they do to get money or how they spend their money. Some of these people were good jobs and had money to spend, but not all of them did. They did it for the love. Thomas goes over here and you learn so much about life, man. I promise you that. I feel like some of my biggest lessons were in the pits. Red's over. Andrew Damp, Brewers money line. Justin has Brewers over. Ron's got the Flames. The Brewers are hot. Don't miss this game, you guys. Chris here. I'm going to make my picks here for the rest of, if we can get through this for the games today. Here's Luis on the Brewers. Here, I think this is Brewers City, it feels like. Andrew says, watch out, though. This wind is blowing in. Oh, man. They took the usually the Sharps don't take a total over when the wind is blowing in. Fernando's got the Brewers. Andrew says, I'm going under in that one. And Fernando, one of our soccer correspondents, says he likes Denmark in that game. They're laying 3/4 of a goal against Slovenia. We'll preview it. And don't forget Big Corn here. I want to see a driver put corn in his engine and make popcorn. All right. Doubles has his soccer plays here. Big corn. It sounds like big corn. Sounds like how we criticize big corporations. We call it like big money or big auto or whatever, the big oil. Now we got big corn because we know there's a corn shortage in the world. We need more corn. Well, I mean, the man's nickname was the Intimidator. So there you go. Doubles on the under here. Big water. Big Ramon. Big pick. Big pick. Big pick Ramon. All right. Make a pick. Make a pick, Ramon. The show is running long. We got to get out of here. Reds and Brewers here in this one. And I want, I'll go Brewers if we want. I thought we couldn't have any more premiums here, I thought is what we were saying. So maybe I'll just go to the total. And I want to go over, actually. I'm going over in this one. I need one over. I know I read your weather report. I'm going to peek at it as well here and see what AccuWeather has. I trust you. I trust you. I trust your weather. I just want to know for myself. I'm taking the over in the game here in this. Couldn't have been this game anyways. We're in Milwaukee. So we got a roof. So it can't be that one. All right. Fernando is scaring me here. All right. We move on. We got to get this one over with. Let's go. We've got 2 more games because of a doubleheader today, but just want to take a look. The one thing that's interesting here, we've got 2 games that go kind of late. Reminds me of when the Rangers used to play night games all for years because on Sunday nights because of the weather. They were the only team that were allowed to play night games, it felt like. Here's the Yankees and the Red Sox with Stroman and Crawford. This should be a nice matchup. Well, Stroman still doing his thing right now. I mean, no, sure, the guy can't run deep, but it doesn't matter. The way he goes out there and keeps the Yankees in it all game. And no doubt been just fine. I mean, come on. This is Marcus Stroman. He's got so far a 1.95 ERA in his last 6 starts. The Yankees are 9-11 with Stroman on the mound. Yankees have won 31 of their last 42. Crawford has been awful of late. 6.88 ERA in his last 6 starts and an 0-5 record. And the Yankees or the Red Sox are 3-11 with Crawford on the mound, almost opposite. Now, Crawford has had some good performances against the Yankees, 4 career starts, and just a 1.9 ERA. Red Sox have gone over in 10 of their last 14, but Crawford's been an under pitcher, under in 8 of 11 starts. Yankees have gone over in 7 of their last 10, and Stroman's gone over in 4 of his last 5. Your plays on this one, it wouldn't be a Sunday Night Baseball without the Red Sox and the Yankees. We'll get to WNBA in just a moment, Ronnie. Here's Luis on the Yankees run line. And Double says, give me the Yanks. Ray's on the Red Sox here. And, I know it's a little bit cliche, but maybe throw out the records a little bit, throw out what they're doing this season, because the Red Sox are staring up at the Orioles and Yankees. We know that. And Fernando's got the Red Sox first 5, or as he calls them, the G6. He's going to meet world leaders, and then he'll take the first 5. The Yankees under here for Blake. Andrew's got Boston. And I think that's it for that one. All right. I think you guys have made the call on Sunday Night Baseball. It'll probably be kind of the feature here. There'll be college baseball going on at the same time here today. And what do you got with the Yankees and Sox? I'll tell you this, the Yankees are a heavy backing right now. Double says that the Red Sox are overrated. Widely reported steam did come in on the under here. Andrew says he's out of here. Happy Father's Day. Still waiting to hear if I played the saxophone or not. You know what, Andrew? I learned to work the saxophone. I let a lay when I lose. They call Alabama the Crimson Tide. Call me Deacon Blues. All right, happy Father's Day. Thanks, everybody, if you're taking off. I'm going to make a pick here right now with the Yankees and the Red Sox. Look, I think I'm going to stick with the under here in this one. Feels like it's gone down to 8.5. I'm still getting, oh, wow, it's starting to get juiced up here. 9 over, is that right? All right, give me the under. Widely reported steam came on the under in this game at 9.5. 9.5. That was about an hour before I went on the air. So I'll take the under here. Maybe a little premium action on the Yanks. All right. Here's Mike on the under in that one. The Yankees and under for Darren. All right. All right. One more. Don't know if we want to go too deep into this one. I don't even know if we have the official pitching here with game 2 of the doubleheader. I don't even have a graphic for it, I don't think. Here. Yeah, I do. With Estes and Paddock a $2 favorite or so. Total 8.5 over at -130 with the Cowboy on the mound. Even that line does feel a little bit uncomfortable for a second game of a doubleheader. I'm going to take the Oakland Athletics, I think, in this one here, maybe to grab the second game of the doubleheader. I like maybe Paddock can deal, but I think Estes might be in for a little something here going up against the Twins. I think we might see. I might do I might just do a double play because it is the second game of the doubleheader, and I don't know what's going to happen in the first. And I don't think I'm going to do a premium in this series. So give me Oakland. I'll take them on the run line. Give me the under in game 2. I think that's how I see this one playing out. A night game, a scheduled doubleheader that's being made up. Right now, A's have gone under in 12 of their last 19. Twins have gone under, let's see, in 13 of their last 22. So give me the under. I'll take A's run line in the under. Pardon me. Those burn ends are getting to me. Okay, Padres are getting steamed right now at minus $1.22. Before we move on a little bit, they're $1.33 at BetOnline, $1.36 at Bovada. My Padres are getting steamed today. I like them. I didn't think I was going to use them as a premium, even with the extra chalk. If the Sharps are going to bomb them, that might be worth chasing to me. Let's take a look at your comments on the Padre game here. I might have missed a few plays on Padre, the Oakland game. Brady, Chris here, but A's on the run line. This is game 2 of the doubleheader, so no big deal if you don't have a pick on this one. But again, they're playing makeup doubleheader from yesterday's rainout, and the pitching matchup. The pitching got a little swapped here yesterday because remember yesterday's matchup was expected to be Estes and Ober. Ober pitches in the first game today. Estes pitches in the second game today. Okay, here, let me see. A little bit of breaking news here right now. Want to get to here. I was asking about Eric Lauer here, right? But they're going to scratch my man Eric Lauer here today, or I don't know if it's a scratch is maybe necessarily running with because maybe Lauer would have served as an opener given his current pitching status. We know he can pitch deep. He is a starter, but instead it's going to be Ronel Blanco here going up against Kenta Maeda. So wipe the line from the board at least 20 cents here with Blanco. And the total shaded now to the under. So this is going to be about 155, 8.5 under 20. This is why you watch the morning steam. It's not for Ramon singing Steely Dan lyrics or saying them at this point or giving crazy stories about, the lowest levels of auto racing. It's about information like this, actionable information. Ronel Blanco gets the start here. I'll just stay on the Astros. I mean, this is an upgrade, kind of like what I was saying. You rarely see an upgrade. Well, you did right here. Astros and Tigers. You'd have to bet this one again if you list your pitcher here with Blanco getting the start. And again, $1.55, 8.5 under 20 right now at Circa. So that line has definitely dropped 20 cents. Breaking news here on the morning steam. And that's good enough for Andrew to go on the 2.5 run line. All right, that's it for baseball. Let's run it down here real quick with the WNBA. I made my picks last night on the show. I saw Chad. I think he typed him in. I don't want to be, put him on the spot. He'll come and tell us if he won. So he got the better of me yesterday in both games, I think, right? Because I was on Dallas here. But we did have the premium pick winner here on the show with the Liberty and Aces under. Okay, Sky and Fever in this one. The Sky are an underdog. This is a rematch of that, big game, that controversial game, if you will. In fact, the Fever up to a 2.5 point favorite. I'm taking the Sky again here. Look, the Fever, maybe this is a spot they can get their revenge or whatever, but Indiana's off of a win against Atlanta. They beat them as at home as a 2-point dog. Now they're turning around here and they are a favorite. Sky has gotten the better of the Fever in their series history. Now I know these teams are a little different, but I don't know if these franchises are quite different right now than over the last couple of years where they are. If anything, the Sky's gone down and the Fever, they've also kind of gone. The Fever had some okay teams there for a while. Chicago's lost and failed 3 straight. So pressure's kind of on them really a little bit. I mean, I made a mistake. I overrated them early on. I have my questions, but I'm going to take them here. Plus the few points for the Fever. They are 4-10. Chicago's 4-8. Both teams are leaving something to be desired here against the spread, but Indiana's just 2-6 against the spread in their last 8 games. I will take the Sky in this one. And there's that consensus, baseball consensus. Cubs under, Nationals money line, Guardians money line, Giants run line. I think there was another one there. Here we go. Seattle money line, Arizona money line, Milwaukee money line. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you. Next up, we'll run down these real quick. Sparks and Dream. I'm taking the Dream, laying the 5.5 points here against the Sparks. I'm high on the Sparks moving forward. Dream feels like needs a win. They've come through 2 bad games of late, losing to Washington. Gave Washington their first win. They've lost to Indiana as well here on the road of late. They've lost 4 of 5 overall, but LA always has a trouble with this trip in Atlanta. They're 11-24 against the spread against the Dream over the last decade plus, a long-term sample really. LA 1-4-2 against the spread off of their wins dating back to last year a little bit, and this is a third game of a long road trip for the Sparks. I'm going to take the Dream and lay the points here in this one. And one more, Storm and Mercury here with the Storm favored on the road. Mercury's been hot. They got their players back. They're healthy, but the Storm are the hottest team in the league, maybe even hotter than the Liberty in Connecticut. It feels like they've won 8 of their last 9. They've covered 7 of their last 8. They're 9-4 overall, 9-4 against the spread. They're off of a big road win over Dallas, 92-84. Phoenix lost but covered against Las Vegas in a 103-99 loss. Phoenix, so just 8-20 against the spread off of a spread win. And this is a core group really that's been together here a little bit. Yeah, they've had some personnel changes, but they don't have they didn't really implement many changes into this lineup outside of putting veterans in, but I'm just saying they're not a young team. So Seattle is 5-0 against the spread in the last 5 meetings. I will take the Storm on the road. All right. College baseball, we talked about a little bit. Maybe if you guys want to get your plays in, I'll just talk about where I stand, and then maybe that'll help you formulate, because I'm on Virginia to win the national championship with a futures ticket. I don't think they will, but these are the 2 teams that have lost so far in this side of the bracket. And today, Florida State is a slight favorite. We're going to talk, you guys commented there a little bit about the movement. So let me just take a look at that and see what the current line is. It was reported that maybe the line had actually moved back the other way now. So I'm showing here currently that the line is, 11.5 over at DraftKings. So it's stable here, and about 130 or so for Florida State. They are favored in this one. Virginia, they might be rated the number 8 team in the tournament, it feels like at this point. But it's been an exciting tournament. Remember, every game has been a thrilling game. Every game has been a 1-run game so far, the 4 games of the College World Series. 3 walk-offs. Last night's game was 3-2 and was basically decided by a home run robbery at the wall. So this has been thrilling and exciting, and I'm sure there's no reason why these games won't be an absolute thriller. That's why you got, if you look at the run line on some of these, like North Carolina, you wouldn't believe it. Tennessee $1.85, and you got to lay some serious chalk just to take plus a run and a half. So my other bet, I've got Carolina here to win the national championship, as well as Virginia. Got a little bit better odds, obviously, on Virginia. Carolina's been a little bit better than Virginia, but again, I took these several weeks ago, if not 2 months ago right now, and they're Carolina in position, 1-0. Tennessee, one of the favorites here, obviously in the tournament from this bracket, to go and face Texas A&M. If you took the 2 kind of favorites here right now, might be these 2. Tennessee $1. This line though, it's funny. At DraftKings $1.80. at circa $1.46. So big discrepancy. Also a smaller straddle. So that's something to consider. And we already did report the widely reported steam moves that have come through there in college baseball today. So you could take that for what it's worth, especially with the other, with the one game that has kind of moved there, back the other way. Talking about that Virginia total at 11.5 now, and I had it listed at 12.5 earlier after the steam came in on the over, but it's obviously come back the other way now. Okay, a few more notes here to take through. Oh, wait, let me just talk about that steam there. What's happened today? So the steam has come through on every game so far. The Sharps have steamed Virginia and over and North Carolina and the under. So there is a widely reported steam from the line service, Virginia and over, North Carolina and under. Okay, so we got that. All right. Rough Riders are at the Tiger Cats in CFL action. You got the Rough Riders here as a road favorite. I'm already on record, Saskatchewan and the over here. These two teams are going to have to work it out a little bit to try to improve right now. Hamilton's been on the decline for about a season and a half here or so. And Saskatchewan, they could get a win here the way I feel today. Give me Saskatchewan and the over. We're going over these relatively quick. This is the UFL championship game. If you're going to watch the UFL and see what it's all about, this would be it. You're also going to get a look at a Birmingham franchise that has won the championship over the last 2 seasons. We know the leagues merged this year, but Birmingham did win their half of the championships, and so they come in here trying to win a third straight spring football league championship against San Antonio. I expect them to do so. I will lay the points, probably buy off that 3.5, maybe just go money line here. San Antonio's proven to be a pretty good team, and in this one, total of 41 now. I like the under. Give me Birmingham and the under in the UFL championship. All right. And in football here, real football, how about Denmark and Slovenia? Denmark and Slovenia coming up in this one. Boy, it feels like a draw. I don't know. It feels like 1-1 here. No pick here on the show. Let me see if I think I can bring my pick up here. I kind of just riding with some other futures, but do want to take a look at this one, maybe pass along the current line because I believe this one has moved a little bit. No, maybe a goal and a half still in this one. You know what? Give me Denmark. I'll take them on the money line. I think they're going to be about $1.50 or so. So I'll take Denmark on the money line in this one. I would think under. It feels like 1-0 or 1-1 to me. I'm going to take Denmark. Give me Denmark in the under 2.5 minus 150. And England versus Serbia here. Is England about a 1-goal favorite at minus 120 or so? I'm gonna go with England here. The money line's $2. Let's do that. I'll just take England on the money line at minus $2. Maybe I could put it in a minus a half. Minus half is $2. What am I talking about? Give me England here against Serbia. Serbia certainly looks like they could be a tough team. I don't know about the total in this one at 2.5 here, juiced a little bit to the over. So 3 plays in the Euros. Thanks, everybody. Join me back on Monday here on the Mornings Team. We might have a little bit more action for everybody, of course, with our NBA Finals. We're back in action. So one more game, maybe more. Who knows? Let's get your comment. I see you out the door. I'll see your comments out the door and get out of here, everybody. Thank you for all of your support today. And here come some of those plays here. Doubles on North Carolina on the run line here. Fernando, I think he heard me there at the end. Give me what did I say? I didn't actually. I just said I was just going with I'm just going with Virginia, North Carolina. Those are my futures plays. I'm rolling with those teams, even though I do have Tennessee. Tennessee as a futures play as well. So I'm kind of on both those teams. Those are my 3 future teams are playing today. So I'll take North Carolina on the run line, right? That's, like I said, it's still pretty expensive, but all these 1-run games, give me North Carolina on the run line, Chris on them. And all right. And let's see here. Many more plays for you guys. Let me see here. Let's see. If it ain't foreign, it's boring. Says there should be 3,500 in attendance. What's he talking about? He's probably talking about the Birmingham championship game. Maybe there should be 3,500 in attendance and another 400,000 on TV. I would think maybe they could do 800. Maybe they could do 1.2. I don't know. It's a championship. Who knows? Here. All right. That could be it. You guys. Here's Fernando will lay a goal and a half here. How about that with England today? Thank you guys. Great job. Hey, want to just say hello to Akshay here today, talking about Denmark money line. I guess I'm on Denmark, right? Yep. Thank you, Doubles, for saying that. Use that promo code TonyT at checkout. Save 20% off all premium pick packages, including doubles. Today, you click on the All Cappers tab. You find the handicapper of your choice. You click on their handicapper profile page, and that's how you get signed up. Doubles has got his packages up there and available today. Take a look. He's got a 3-pack right now, including WNBA side and total, or the total in both WNBA games. Hope we're on the same one. I don't know if we are, though. I'm looking at your picks anyway, Doubles, and I know the way we think. Anyways, and also that other one, another package up there as well. Thank you, Doubles. Thank you, everybody. Catch me tomorrow, more mornings team, 9 a.m. Eastern and 6 a.m. Pacific here on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. So long.
Can it be showing up with Tony T? Yes, Ramon SEO to the double TV funneling these bookies like 1, 2, 3. They tapping out and we cashing out. It's plain to see. The morning team is the A team, Mr. T, and I pity the fools who can't hang. Coming with real game is sort of a freight train. It's been reported bank rolls are easy to maintain, so get situated.